Hi, Karen. It's fantastic, our talks together. How are you?
I'm really good, Berit. How are you?
I think that life, bits different faces and you see different things. And I think that the honesty that we have with each other becomes more and more important. And I know that you, as a breakthrough coach, at
Mm.
all people, you must see what people when they are in definite need. And I think that
Yeah.
how can we help? How can we help? What are you thinking?
Well, first of all, as a coach, as a breakthrough coach and everything else, you need to show your client that there is always hope. That's one of the most important things that they have to see, because when you're in such a situation, when you're actually in that place, you feel that there's no hope for you, that everything is just lost, that you may just as well give up, and whatever else you may feel as well. A coach is there to tell you, come on, just talk to me, tell me what's wrong, and to clarify situations, just to make them see that everything is not as dire as they would seem in the first place. Very often they are not. Very often it could be a situation of overwhelm. For example, you're so overwhelmed with what you have to do that you get yourself into that situation. And I give them one of the tips that I give them is simply by reverse engineering your agenda, for example. Now, when you're in a corporate person, you get all these requests for meetings and everything like that. It's always full of meetings, right? So
Mhm.
what do we do? Typically, what we would do is we take out our agenda and we put in all those meetings, and your agenda looks chock-a-block, even at 9 a.m. on Monday morning, right through till Friday at 5 p.m., whatever time it is.
But
Well,
isn't it also, I mean, listeners, if they're thinking right now, isn't it also nice to know what you need to do? Have it,
yeah, but it's
yes.
also nice to know, and this is where I say reverse engineer your agenda. Have
Hmm.
a look at your agenda and have a look for those little gaps
Hmm.
and fill in fun things.
Yeah,
Every time fun things, like when you're going out for lunch.
yeah,
Yeah, everybody goes out for lunch. Everybody at least goes out for half an hour for lunch. Go
yes.
out with one of your colleagues. Write it in your agenda so that you see after this meeting and in between the other meeting, I'm going out with Susan. And then immediately you feel less overwhelmed. And that's a breakthrough in itself, because you think, oh, yeah, we're going to go over there. We're going to have this for lunch. We're going to talk about this. It's a breakthrough. And that gives you more clarity as well. And in the evening, you put in, what are you going to do? I'm going to go to the gym. I hate going to the gym. I mean, that wouldn't be the gyms, that wouldn't be in my agenda. But maybe, just presuppose that I love going to the gym. When it's 4 o'clock and I still have another meeting to go, I can just look at the agenda and say, oh, great. In 2 hours, I'll be at my gym. Reverse
I,
engineer.
I think that the word, likes, likes, and the word, the things that, we really want to, just look good and have success in everything that we do. We need to definitely be able to find out how we can turn things that are not having a positive impact on us to a positive thing, so that we
Mhm.
focus on what it is that we want and how do we get out of it. So what are your best recommendations? How can people, why would they want to speak with you? How can you empower them? And I know you can.
Oh, really? Yeah, I can empower by, well, first of all, because I listen to them. I listen to everything that they
And they're
have to say.
listening right now. Hopefully
They
someone is
will,
watching us.
yeah.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
let's hope that somebody is watching us, yes, and that, I'm actually reaching somebody here. But when you come to me, I will sit down with you and I will ask you to tell me everything that's going on in your life now, and your feelings and your emotions and why. We'll go back and see, why are you feeling like this? Because there's a reason for everything. There's a simple reason for absolutely everything you do. And it may simply be because you don't like your job. Okay, I hope there are no CEOs listening to me either right now, but Sorry.
or maybe it's good for CEOs to listen
Well,
to,
it could be
because
good. Yeah, it could be good
I
as
think
well.
that I definitely, for the corporate, which we are talking a lot to, I think that one of the challenges for corporate is that they're losing their employees, and it's so expensive to lose employees, and it's so, the time before you get a new person into it, the time before you really start creating the results, the gaps that you create, many companies, easy hire, easy fire, but at the end of the day, they're losing the game. They're losing, they need, I mean, I myself been working 25 years in procurement, and I can say that it's time to build. It's
It is
time,
time to build. Yeah. It's time to invest.
yes,
It's
invest.
time to invest in your personnel, and you invest in coaching. Simply invest in coaching.
And I
That's it.
think that in a few years' time, also in boards, you will see a coach on board, not because, but because it's systems and structure and management can get things in order, but you need leadership.
You
And you
do.
need to find out how people can follow. And I
Yeah.
think that a breakthrough coach like you, Karen, can definitely open the gates to also empower people extremely. As you know, I'm a stress coach and not coach.
Yeah.
It's a little bit on the other scale.
Yes.
So I think that you bring hope where I take hope back. So I think that for people listening in now, I think that we can really empower people if we just listen,
Yeah.
relax,
Simply
and
by
listen.
listening.
Yes.
And a couple of other tools as well. I mean,
Yeah, of course.
I give a very powerful tool. I teach a very powerful tool, which is called Mind Maps. Now, Mind Map, it's a completely different way of managing your company, of doing anything in your company. Up to this day, I'm a Mind Map instructor as well. But up to this day, I have not found a single use for which I cannot put the Mind Map to use. Nothing. You can do anything with it. And it's so quick to learn. I mean, in 1 hour, I can teach people.
That's
You could do
fantastic.
presentations with it. You run negotiations with it. Everything is on one screen or one page if you prefer.
That's fantastic.
It's simple.
That's
Very
fantastic.
simple. So as well as being a breakthrough coach, I teach mind maps.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Mm.
That's wonderful. Anything last tip until we see the listeners next week?
Well, I would say just take a step back, because nothing is as dire as it seems. Take a step back, breathe, and stay grounded. Remember last week, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1?
Oh, yeah.
That one. It works in every single situation. And for those of you who don't know it, 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. Believe me, it works.
And that's a good one. That's a good one.
You'll be
So,
grounded.
yeah, for everyone with us right now, have a wonderful evening. So wonderful to see you, Karen. And we be in touch. See you next Monday. Ciao.
See you next Monday. Bye.
Bye.